Today I wanted to show you what I'm going to be taking with me on an art retreat that I'm actually leaving for in about an hour, so it's the perfect time to record the video. This is all I'm taking. I'll walk you through everything, and I wanted to show you because I am not going as a participant to a retreat. I'm actually going to help run the retreat. But there will also be pockets of time where I want to make sure that I capture some of the moments, how I'm feeling throughout the week, and just make art alongside everyone. So I've pared down my supplies massively. Let's start with the sketchbook I'm taking. I'm going to take this tiny Moleskine landscape sketchbook. It's new. I haven't started using it, but what I have done is I've pre-painted some of the pages because I will not be taking any paint with me, just to save space and not make a mess. So I've pre-painted some of them to make my life easier, and this way it's also kind of an unexpected surprise whenever I open those pages, because I'll have to work around them and incorporate them into my paintings. So this is what I'm going to be taking. The retreat we're hosting is a mixed media retreat, so I tried to take a variety of supplies here with me, and this is a stasher bag that I'm using. It's perfect for carrying pretty much anything with you, but I'm using it for art supplies here just to make sure that any pens and markers and things like that, if there is an accident to something leaks, it's all contained within this bag because it seals really nicely and doesn't allow any liquid to go out. So let's see what I have in here. First thing that I have are these Karin Markers Deco Gel pens. I'm only taking 3. These are the colors that I've been loving lately. So I have a purple one, this is a metallic, I have this fluorescent pink, and I have another metallic one, which is kind of like a navy color. These will be great for adding little accents to my work. Next, I had to take a graphite pencil. This is an HB5. I love adding graphite marks to my paintings, so I'm not going to take the full set, but I wanted to have at least one with me to be able to incorporate little touches. I'm taking 2 of my Pigeon Letters monoline pens. These are both in 01, as I've just noticed, so I'm going to switch one of them out to a different size, but this is what I'm going to be taking. Then I have more Karin markers. I have these 2 Deco Gel pigment markers. These are acrylic markers, and they are a great substitute for acrylic paint when you're in a pinch. They're not going to give you the same texture that the paint is going to give you, obviously, but you can really get the pigment out of them, and if you add some water, you can really water them down nicely to get different layers and different opacity. So I'm going to take these 2. This is a purple one. What are the colors? Let's see. Violet blue and royal blue. And these match nicely with the pens that I have. So it's kind of the same sort of color scheme. Next, I have this I'm going to talk about in a second because it relates to some other products. I took a pencil sharpener just in case, because I worry that the pencil might break off while traveling. So I wanted to make sure I have that with me. I have 2 clips in here for the sketchbook. Although I'm not going to be using, well, I'm not planning on using water, but just in case, you never know, to hold the pages down. And then I also brought, or going to be bringing, one of my Caran Neocolor II crayons, again in violet, so it matches all of the other colors that I'm bringing. These are great for adding different types of marks to your work. You can also use water with them, or you can use them just as they are. These are great. And I'm only taking one with me. Like I said, I really want to try to limit the amount of supplies that I'm taking. So this is one of the colors that I use often anyway. The next thing, and it relates to this, is my travel journal. This is something that I've only started using last year, but it's just so great. It lets you capture all of your travel memories, and it's just great. I'm going to take it with me because I want to make sure that I'm journaling while I'm away so that I don't forget things, and just so I have some time to reflect on the days as they go by. Whereas this comes in perfectly with the travel journal. It's an adhesive, a permanent adhesive, so it's glue essentially, but in a form of tape. So it makes it really easy to tape things down. I love collecting different tickets and, you know, small memorabilia that can go nicely into your travel journal. And if you don't have a separate travel journal, you can also use a sketchbook for this. This is what I've been doing previously before I discovered travel journals. I was using my sketchbooks as a way of collecting all of those memories. And the reason I switched to a travel journal was to keep everything in one place, so all of the travels are together and I don't have to look through different sketchbooks to find different bits. But also because as I go through my sketchbooks and I revisit them several years later, there are a lot of pages that don't bring me any value anymore, and I don't want to keep them just for the sake of keeping them. So that means that I then have to take out the pages where I've taped my tickets or take the actual tickets out. It just becomes a whole mess. So having a separate journal for that is perfect. And another thing that I'm taking that goes with the travel journal is this amazing thing, which is the Instax printer. And I have this in this handy case just to make sure it doesn't get damaged. This is perfect for printing photos. So I've been using my tiny Polaroid Go for a while now, but I got gifted this for Christmas last year and I've loved it. It's so much easier than the Polaroid because one of the problems I've been having with the Polaroid is that it misfires sometimes and you end up with loads of blank photos, which can be cool to a certain extent, but not when you have so many of them and the film costing as much as it does. So this is handy. It's quite chunky, but I want to make sure I bring it with me so I can print out some photos. And I have the charger and some extra stickers here. And then the last thing that I'm just going to go over here. The last thing I'm bringing is a bit unexpected, and it's not really an art supply, but I'm going to bring some of my mini paintings that I've completed over the summer. And the reason is that I run out of ideas when I'm at home of how to take photos of them that are a bit more lifestyle and that are a bit more interesting. So I figured going away and being in a new environment is going to be the perfect time to take them with me. And I don't think I'm going to be taking photos of every single one of them because there's quite a few, but I will at least be able to take some nice photos of a few of them. And I think that would be just a really, really great touch and something that's a bit less expected. So I'm going to be bringing them along and see how I can incorporate them into the, you know, the landscape of where I'm going to be and how I can capture them. So this is pretty much it. These are all of the art related things that I'm bringing. It's very simple, very pared down. I didn't want to bring a lot because, like I say, I'm not going to have that much time to actually paint or create myself. So yeah, just minimal supplies, simple color palette, colors that I know I'm using all the time, at least lately I have been, and just trying to streamline my workflow so that even if I only have 10-15 minutes, I will still be able to make something and then I can't come up with an excuse that I didn't have enough time, because let's face it, this tiny sketchbook you can carry with you anywhere and you'll be able to make art. So that's it. When I'm back, I'll show you how I filled this tiny moleskin sketchbook and what my paintings end up looking like. So stay tuned for that.